Y'all ain't gonna like this one today, but I finna get up in y'all business today, right? And in order to get the bag, in order to go to the next level, you gotta cultivate the right mindset, right? You got to have the right mindset, because if you don't have the right mindset, you're not gonna be able to keep the bag, right? If you can't read or write or do basic things well, you're not gonna be able to have them top jobs, and y'all, and this coming from somebody who struggled with reading and math. I had to turn that around because I wanted more out of life. I wanted to really get that real bag. And if and a lot of the new jobs is in technology. A lot of the new jobs is with these apps, and the root of a tech job, the root of these jobs that these coveted jobs, you got to be able to do math, and you got to be able to read well. And I finna read off some statistics for y'all, man. And we got to do something about this fast, man, because our babies struggling in these schools, and they ain't getting the proper education in their homes. And remember what I'm saying, mindset. You got to have a six-figure mindset. That's what it all boils down to, having the right mentality, right? And you could just do a search. The U.S. Department of Education. You could just do a search, right? And you can figure out these numbers, right? In California, 90% of students cannot do math or read well. That's in California, 90%. In New York, the numbers are 85% and 82%. That means they can't do math or can't read well. 82%, 85%, and 82%. In Illinois, 86% can't do math well and 85% can't read well. In Texas, 84% can't do math well, 89% can't read well. Maryland, 86% can't do math well, 80% can't read well. South Carolina, 90% can't do math well, 87% can't read well. Georgia, 86% can't do math well, 82% can't read well. Missouri, 89% can't do math well, 88% can't read well. Washington, D.C., 85% can't do math well, 87% can't read well. And this is just the name of few states, y'all. So we are disproportionately, our babies can't read or can't do math well in these schools. And look at the percentages. These are in the 80s and in the 90s. So what that means, the majority of our babies coming out these schools, they can't read well and do math well. And the educational system, you know what they're gonna do? They're just gonna pass them on. Okay, yeah, Joe Blow can't read, can't do math well, but he been here for a while. We just finna pass him on. Or they may put him in a class or something, a special education class, and that class is just to pass them on. But the core issue or the problem is our babies are struggling in reading and math, and these numbers are crazy. These numbers are ridiculous, and we falling behind on when it comes to these other countries like China, all of these other countries, right? When it comes to reading and math, they doing a little better than us, especially the Asian countries, Vietnam, China, Japan, a lot of these other countries. When it comes to reading and math, they doing better than us. And these politicians ought to be ashamed of themselves. They're not doing anything with our school systems. They suck, and and in our people and in our communities, we have been disproportionately affected by it. So, and with those statistics I was reading now, that's in the Black community, that we got these low numbers all over the United States. In these states, we got these low numbers. We got to do something about this. And I propose that we got to start spending more money on our minds than we do on our clothes. It should be a book in the house, a encyclopedia in the house. Let's start getting these kids some books, math books, some reading books, so that we could be at the top. A lot of people don't even want to hear this conversation, but we must dominate when it comes to reading and in math. And it's your boy Chief Kick at MZT Motivation, man. I want y'all to I want to read something for y'all. I'm in the book of Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, right? And it reads, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you rejected knowledge, I will reject you from serving as my priest. Since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your sons. I say, my people are destroyed. Let me read it again. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will reject you from serving as my priest. Since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will forget your sons. Y'all, man, our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. We gotta turn this thing around, y'all. It's time for us to invest. And I was telling myself this, like, I got a little library of books, right? And there's no, and I enjoy reading, I enjoy doing math, but my library needs to be more extensive than what it is. And I was telling myself, like, I need to invest more of my money and more of my time, more of my focus into reading and making sure that I'm sharp on my math skills. Because if you want these high-paying jobs, we got to be not only efficient, we need to be dominant in these areas so that we could put our people in position, so we could put our children in position. I was watching this program one day, and it was this guy, I think he was like a minister or something, and he had took a trip to Australia. And when he went to Australia, he saw that it was a billionaire from Australia. He had wrote a book, and the book was $100. He bought the book, and one of his assistants was like, "You paid $100 for a book? Like, man, I could never." And he looked at him, was like, $100 for a book? He was like, he said, this guy is 76 years old, and he a billionaire. What it took him 76 years to learn, I'm gonna know in a couple hours. I didn't just buy a book, I bought a man's life. And when I heard that, it changed the way that I thought. I'm like, man, we got this thing backwards. We'll spend $100 on a shirt, but won't spend $100 on a book. Your mind is gonna help you to buy the shirt. Your mind is gonna help you to buy the hats and the cars and the clothes and all of that. It starts right here in the mind. So we gotta have a 6-figure mindset. So like, I'll buy a book at any car. I don't care how much the book costs. I'm thinking like that. I'm thinking like, I got that 6-figure mindset now. I'll buy a book at any cost, because I ain't just buying a book, I'm buying somebody's life. Yeah, if a billionaire that wrote a book, let me get it. I read 50 Cent book. Shouts out to my boy 50 Cent. Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. Great book, great read. I'm reading Grant Cardone book, how to be successful in the real estate game. I got Eric Thomas book, You Owe You, and I was just looking at my library, and I'm like, I need to be vicious. I need to be, when it comes to these books, I need to be devouring these books so that I can get that knowledge. And notice in this text, y'all, let's get back to this text, right? He said that my people will perish for a lack of knowledge, right? And he goes on to say, because you have forgotten my laws, I will also forget your sons. And what is the law of God? The law governs everything, whether you do it or not. It's universal laws. The law of gravity say that what goes up must come down. The law of aerodynamics say that if I want to break the law of gravity, I have to be going at a certain force. Law govern everything. The laws of eating, the laws of the land, the laws of your body. Law govern all things. And so that's why we must be also students of God's laws, his commandments, his statutes, and his ordinances. so that we can learn these things and teach them to our sons and our daughters. And these young boys need help out here, y'all. We gotta, man, our young boys, man, we gotta make sure that we sowing to them. We gotta make sure that they got the right mind frame. We need to make sure that our young men got a 6-figure mind frame, because they slaughtering them in these prisons and in these schools. They not getting what they need. If they not getting what they need in the schools, it's a pipeline right to the prisons. So we got a man with this whole 6-figure mindset, right, y'all? A 6-figure mindset is a mind that's sufficient and equipped when it comes to reading, doing math, having basic problem-solving skills, being able to control one's emotions, right? Because our young men are struggling in that area, you know, with low self-esteem, trying to prove ourselves to somebody who don't care about us. You know, all of this play a part in having the right mind frame, y'all. So we got to make sure that we pour into our sons. We got to make sure that we pour into our nephews and our young men out here, man, to make sure that they have a chance at a future, to make sure that they can be in that top bracket, that $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year in the up bracket. Because if a man don't got no money, don't no woman really want him, he forced to kind of like scavenge. He forced to, you know, do the best that he can. So not only do we want to do good, but we want to thrive in our lifetime. I need y'all to get with me, man. I need y'all to like, comment, share this video with a friend, man, so that we can get that 6-figure mind frame, man, so that we can help our young boys and our young girls too, you know, because a lot of the women are struggling in reading and math as well, and the education, the school system has failed us, and they just passing them through, right? And we're gonna this is just part 1 of the 6-figure mind frame, y'all. We're gonna talk about, having the 6-figure mentality, right? That's the 6-figure mind. This part 1. We're gonna talk about in part 2 of having that 6-figure mind frame, how when they took God's commandments out of the schools, that's when we saw a decline in academic behavior. So in the homes, I challenge y'all, teach the kids, if nothing else, teach them the 10 commandments. Start teaching them God's word in the home as a foundation, and then get books on what the child is interested in. Because if you buy them a book, something that they like, they're gonna want to read it. They're gonna stay into it. So y'all, this your boy Chief Kick, man. Y'all share this with a friend, man. I'll see y'all at the top, man. Peace.